Hello everyone, welcome back to Comics Kwentuhan. Today we have a very special guest from Modern Magic Stories, comic book writer Don. Hello sir.
Hello John. Hello sa viewers ng podcast. Hello everyone.
Yeah. So, very interesting sir. I come across yung project nyo actually in Super Manila. Before Super Manila sa Facebook page. Tapos I saw some
Yes.
of yung works, yung pages during Super Manila. Would you care to like introduce yourself first?
Yes. Just like John said, I'm Don Gaoiran, writer for Modern Magic Stories. We are actually a band of three. So three-piece kami. The artist, I think John knows him very well, Raymond Tan. And Paul James Go is our letterer. So for this particular episode, siguro ako lang muna yung magpe-present o magre-represent ng team.
Mm-mm.
Actually, this goes way back. It's only me and Raymond. Comic-Con 2011 sa May Bayanihan Center. We took a first stab at publishing our own work. Table manners pa yung ginawa namin noon. Parang a few years after college, parang yung passion gusto namin i-pursue. So dun, table manners, our first, kumbaga, stint with a local comic book. And then, fast forward ng konti, he flew to Singapore for newbie. I can be mistaken there for parang graphic artist talaga siya. Whereas ako naman nag-separate din away, naging writer ako for some companies. Then pinursu niya talaga yung art niya. Nag-Ubisoft siya. Designer environment yung forte niya, parang ganun. And then I just continued sa writing. And lo and behold, siguro mga around 2017, 2018, parang calling siya eh. We were merging again. Parang, parang tinatawag-tawag ka talaga ng ganong craft, I guess. So, we hit it off. The Runts, nag-start kami. And then that's around 2018, na-derail ng pandemic. And then finally, we finished the story. So now we are in talks with some publishers overseas. Parang
Mm.
finalizing lang kung sino yung pwede mag-pick up ng story. So that's a
Story.
bit of who is Modern Magic Stories.
Okay, so himayin natin, sir. 2011, Comic-Con. It
Wow.
passed under ng radar ko yung table manners. What was it
Yeah,
about?
yeah. Table manners is about Timo. He has this condition. So UST grad kami. And this is a funny thing, pero we are actually HRM graduates. It's about food. And
Mm.
Timo, yung parang mental incapacity niya is concerned with food. Tapos yung satisfaction or satiety niya, mangyayari lang kapag, kumbaga, meron siyang pagkain na na-try. Just connecting what we have learned and then the psychological impact of food on us. Kasi parang food kasi masyado siyang parang napapabayaan lang. Gutom na ako, kain ako. Parang ganun lang yung basic premise ng idea. So this time around, binigyan namin ng konting, kumbaga, psyche behind how you consume, behind how you appreciate food. Yeah, because we are HM grads at the end of the day. Kaya ayun, yun yung parang table manners lang. Medyo psychotic siya, the lead character, pero enjoyed it. Yun na nga, first stop at the comic, parang comic convention scene, and we had fun. I think as creators, that's something that we really cherish to this day.
Table manners. Is it available anywhere online for people who might be
Oh,
interested?
well, that's a very good question. Is it available online? If we are able to reproduce it again, mind you, this was back in 2011. Kaya parang keeping up with the technology, so parang it would take siguro remastering, if that's the right
Oh,
term to use. Kaya, and leaps and bounds with how Raymond works now and the art style that he produces. Same goes with my style of writing. Pero
Mm.
it's worth a look back definitely. So thanks
Yeah,
for
oh,
bringing
kasi
it up.
I've seen you work niya with the Runts, and it would be quite a treat for like would-be comic book creators to see where you started and
Yeah, thanks.
yung sobrang polished na work nyo na. So
Mhm.
parang that's why I asked if you might have uploaded it somewhere. So pwede nila makita.
In between pala Runts and Table Manners, nagtry lang kami very short story Afterlife. We have snippets or preview in on the Instagram for Modern Magic Stories. It's actually Modern Magic Crew. Yeah, maybe some can check it out. And siguro it's our duty then to upload it again, maybe for enjoyment of everybody.
Yeah,
I'll tell
we'll
the
look
guys.
forward. We'll
I'll
look
tell the
forward
guys.
for yung yeah. So going back 2011, you enjoyed yung con experience nyo, selling
Yes,
yung first book
definitely.
nyo.
Comic Con,
Did
yep.
you join any other event after that, or talagang you went separate ways na after that?
In sadly, this is the reality of it. Parang life took over and life was in the way. Kaya we had to go to kumbaga direction kung saan work muna, ganun, influences. So siguro yung family na rin. Kaya first and parang I don't want to say last during that period, pero it is actually
Mm.
that time. So when we formed the group, kasama na si Paul James ko, which is actually my brother-in-law, we were able to join STGCC in Singapore,
Mm.
carrying the banner now of Modern Magic Stories and promoting the runs during that time. Sobrang
When was
saya kasi
this?
alam mo
When was
naman,
this na?
prior to pandemic, 17 yata, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, kasi it's still STGCC. Kasi ngayon, ano na siya
Mm.
ngayon? SGCC na siya, di ba?
And it's way bigger na. Kaya
Ah,
nga, I'm looking forward sa atin na rin naman dito sa Pinas na we can do something greater. Anyways, yun nga, going back to STGCC, yung mga Pinoy, alam naman natin na malaki yung community in Singapore. They're very supportive. They're really surprised actually na parang holy shit, you guys are here. Oh, parang representing who we are and parang there's grittiness in the runs kasi
mm-mm.
that I really enjoyed, I really loved, and in creative process, parang this is the best place to say it. We were very much arguing about the Pinas setting. Matatawa ka. Raymond, siya kasi syempre siya yung art director, siya yung lead artist for this one. Gusto niya kasi talaga mag-delve into sci-fi. Gusto niya i-push yung limits ng kaya niyang gawin. At saka, okay, I get it. Kasi, man, parang he's really good right now. So sabi ko, as a writer, so writer syndrome, we love our work too much. It's like our baby, right? There's a saying na you have to learn how to kill your babies nga, di ba? This time around, I couldn't. Pinaglaban ko, nag-away talaga kami about creation process ng the Runts na it's gonna be about the underbelly of the Philippines. And we are going to parang home into parang a reality distorting drug. Uh, sorry, I'm jumping in
Sige lang.
reality distorting drug, and then it's encompassing lives of different characters. If you notice yun na nga, they're kids.
Mm-mm.
And then kasama pa yung election. If you notice, may mga posters nga dun sa
Yeah.
artwork. And then there be authority by form of PPF, medyo diluted form of our cops here, diba? And then may mga bigger parang bigger fish with the gangs na and local gangs dito, and then bigger ones. Kaya para siyang isang potpourri, para siyang isang explosion of different lives all thrown together in the worst possible way.
Mm.
Kasi it's going to happen in around Christmas period.
Mm.
Tapos nearing elections.
Mm.
So we have to make it big, and then we wanted to make it very fast. So again, the perfect time to say this. Yung time frame niya, kinonsize lang talaga namin into more or less 2 to 3 weeks lang yung buong story actually.
2 to 3 weeks.
A lot of things drop right now, but you're the best person to hear it. Kaya it's
Mm-mm.
gonna be a freaking wild ride. We tested a lot of scenes. Kaya fun shit.
Oo nga, actually, I can't wait na mabasa actually yung book. Especially now that you've given
Thanks for
more
that.
of meat
Mm-hmm.
dun sa ano. Kasi Raymond was like very like tight-lipped about yung about the project kasi like you
Yes.
said you were in a negotiation pa with your publisher.
Mm-hmm.
So since this is mostly about um, creators' journeys with their titles. So the runs, obviously, you're really invested in it, in the story. What inspired, influenced you? Was it like real life experiences, or was it something else?
There's a psychology I think behind it. Parang lahat ay influenced by kumbaga childhood experiences. I think
Mm.
when you go deeper into a life of a human being, whether 50, 30-year-old or 60-year-old, bumabalik talaga siya ron eh. Lahat ng nangyayari ng formative years is something that we all carry. So that's one part of it. At least for me as the writer, that's where I really came from. And then influences naman, just like what you asked. Tekken Concrete is one.
Mm. Okay.
Super freaking exciting. And there's something about the rawness and the candidness of kids na I really want to bring out. Yung excitement nila whenever they see things, napaka unadulterated, walang bias. At kung sino sila, yun talaga sila. And those are actually kids for me. I have a kid actually, turning 5. Kaya I enjoyed it more creating the story. Knowing na, okay, this is the psychology of children. They can't hold things back pa eh. Yeah.
Mm, yeah, they'll
It's
tell
one
you
of,
what they want to tell you.
exactly right. Kaya sabi ko, character-wise, wala ka talagang masasabi kung hindi ganun yung levels nun eh. And then parang balancing their perspective on life. May mga adults na tayong pinasok which
Mm.
is more or less influences nga ng mga buhay nila. Another movie just pop in my head, City of God, yung Brazilian movie naman.
Mm-mm.
So, these things, and when you mention like parang mga Japanese animators, um, I forgot yung, mamaya sana maalala ko. They always parang utilize kung paano yung mga kids are raw in their manner of speaking, in the way they handle themselves. So that's one of the fuels, I guess, maybe even the biggest, when we finally agreed na gawin na tong the Runts.
Mm. I guess that's why it's called the run. So the story is told in the perspective
Yeah.
of the kids.
Oh, wow. Good point. I couldn't really say na perspective ng kids to. Kasi we tried to employ something different, another drop here. Um, it's going to be non-linear
Mm, okay.
and not necessarily parang memento na movie. Pero we tried to make it seem na the reader will feel, oh wow, the experience of reading is actually quite parang jumpy in a way na Pulp Fiction Tarantino.
Mm, okay.
So you will be diving into different parts of their lives at different points at may effect, like for example yung reason kung bakit ganun yung mind altering na drug na gusto namin ipasok.
Mm.
Kaya perspective-wise, going back to your question, couldn't really say. Couldn't really say kung kaninong perspective ito. Kasi at the end of the day, minsan yung protagonist is actually an anti-hero.
Okay.
Minsan yung antagonist is actually somebody who just needs help. Baka siya pa nga yung maging protagonist for you eh.
Mm.
So the reason why I really wanted the story to feel that way is kasi I really wanted to show the level of storytelling that could at least level with Raymond's artwork. Medyo
Yeah.
inangat na yung level eh.
Actually, when you mentioned Tekken King Creek, parang naisip ko tuloy na ano ba yun? Talagang was it a visual cue that you gave? Kasi it's very reminiscent of Tekken.
And what I liked about Tekken Concrete, if we can briefly talk about that story, is kasi at the intro pa lang, black and white are flying through the above the Fortune City. Kaya sabi ko, oh kasi it's their perspective of who they are and what they're doing in their turf. Pero are they really flying in the first place? Kasi you would think, nah, they don't have superpowers kasi hindi naman yun yung story nila eh.
Mm.
Pero for them, they could jump through buildings, they could hop everywhere, leap through that clock tower. Kaya sabi ko, wow, parang I'm just lucky that these guys parang rode with my idea. Kasi kung hindi, I'm gonna be like a crazy guy na parang just pushing this freaking story na hindi naman nila pala gusto in the first place. But the team is totally on board just like you saw yung LRTC namin. Ah,
Yeah, yeah.
crazy shit.
As in sobrang mind-blowing ng images. Now that meron tayong slight idea of the stories, super interesting talaga. You could check out you have a Facebook page, right?
Yes, sir.
Modern Magic Stories in Facebook, and
Yes.
also you have an Instagram page. Check nyo yung mga pinopost nila doon. And if you were fortunate enough to go to Super Manila last December, they were showcasing a lot of great previews nung project nila. An interesting tidbit na sinabi mo is you're under negotiations for publication outside. So this is more global yung tirada nyo with your
Yes.
project.
Hmm.
Was it talagang yun yung conscious decision of the group not to release? Kasi I asked this to Raymond then are you planning to release like a local release? Or yun na yun, yung North Am na release globally?
Well, funny thing is when we have the leverage of socials, a lot of people talaga are easy to find. And then, ang nangyari, wherein ang daming pumapasok na inquiries sa kanya. And then, sa group na rin namin, we are gauging what's best to release out there. Kasi beyond the comics, we are planning to make it, to turn this into a short film na rin.
Yeah.
Kaya if you noticed, yung mga shots filmic.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-mm. Very
So,
cinematic, very cinematic yung book.
yep. So yung plan namin is to just find the best offer for the title. Kasi at the end of the day, we're still carrying, wala, it's a Pinoy work eh, and we are showing what Philippines is.
Mm-mm.
Kaya the decision is actually what's best for the title, kung paano siya pwedeng mapalaganap pa.
Mm-mm.
A lot of people are saying, pwede na yan sa Netflix. Fingers crossed. I don't wanna jump in too much. Pero kung yun yung magland and magkaroon ng mutual kumbaga agreement or understanding without parang diminishing the value of the product and our voice as creators, then that's where we're actually headed talaga.
Mm.
Right now, yun na nga, since si Raymond came from UK, his connections broaden pa. Kaya yun, kinda, I guess, kinda lucky na rin na maraming nakapansin. Kasi siguro they're fascinated, gano'n kaganda siguro talaga yung, gano'n ka-rich na puwede ko sabihin. Gano'n ka-rich kung ano meron tayo dito na parang siguro sawa na rin sila sa Hollywood, eh.
Yeah,
Kaya
oo.
they're very invested at saka yun ang offers on the table. So it's about reviewing, it's about, putting it out their best. Kung sino man yung, mapusuan, kumbaga yun na rin puwede ko sabihin. So sana ano, sana maalagaan ng ano, ng distributor kung sino man yung ano, yung work. Kasi a
Yeah.
lot of, at saka, and you know this for sure, marami diyan din na will take advantage, when they say that we are from Asia or we are from Philippines. Kasi, I don't know, I don't wanna say it right now, medyo downer, pero yung iba kasi they look down, eh, on what we have here. So it's high time na tangina hindi kami mag-aano,
Yeah,
magho-hold
yeah.
back, and we all deserve, and this is what we wanna share din naman to the fellow creators. That's why we try to do the best that we can and make the best decisions for the team and then for the ano title na rin.
Ang ano nga eh, ang sobrang nakaka-inspire what you're doing, especially
Salamat, salamat.
since it's a local product talaga, made by local boys.
Yeah.
Kasi there's a lot of like other projects with Filipino ties, but it's like instigated by Filipinos from the diaspora. Pero kayo ni na Raymond, you're local boys. You were born and bred sa islands ng Philippines. And you're,
Purong-puro.
di ba? Purong-puro. And you're showing yung what you experience, na what's happening here, what has happened here. Not from yung lenses of yung parents, not from yung lenses of the media, but what you experienced here. And you're doing it globally kaagad. As in, it's your market is the world, not really, well, part na tayo nun, pero it's more of showing the world what local boys from the Philippines can
Mm,
do.
mm. If I can share dyan, we had a glimpse nun, STGCC nga, sa Singapore. Kasi, alam naman natin na meron ng mga halimbawa PR, tapos meron ng mga, hindi na nakabalik siguro, mas maganda na yung ano, estado nila kung yun sabihin natin. Nakita nila, ay, so ginawa namin yung parang, ah, anong tawag dito, yung poster na, pa-landscape, wide talaga, widescreen na na poster. Nakita nila, may tricycle, andiyan yung LRT,
Yeah.
na-miss nila. Kasi siyempre hindi naman nila nakikita yun, eh. And, just that alone, hindi pa nila nahahawakan, hindi pa nila na makikita yung mga pages na ginawa namin. Just that alone, parang para sa'kin ano, eh, masaya na ako ro'n, eh, na naparamdam namin. Yun naman yung, essence talaga, eh, ng pagbabasa or ng ano ng comics, na naramdaman mo na, okey, eto ang dito ako nagmula, dito ako nanggaling at eto yung nire-represent ko. Kasi minsan alam mo na ano, nakakalimot at, hindi na nila na-appreciate. So, kung, kung kayang ipakita sa global scale, then siguro baka kami na nga siguro yung, kumbaga merong ano nun, duty, ipakita. Sana lumagana pero, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. May tamang, paraan para diyan kaya sisiguraduhin namin na ano, steps that we take and the things that we decide on ay, for everyone's, benefit naman,
Mm.
kaya, really excited for that.
Just to touch on, are you based in Singapore right now?
Hindi, nasa Pasig ako.
Sa Pasig ka ngayon. Pero you used to be based in Singapore or hindi?
I was, that's a good question. I was actually, life happened, nasabi natin kanina. Yung wife ko, was working for, almost a decade in SG. That's why, parang, uh, chinallenge ko yung sarili ko na kailangan ko siya makasama. And then pagkatapos nun, umuwi rin kami. Kasi mas napili namin na yung daughter namin dito lumaki.
Mm.
So, base na rito, Pasig, Makati, tas Pasig. So, yun na. Mararamdaman mo talaga yung difference, which I think for writers, for artists, it gives you a broader perspective, but
Yeah.
it keeps you grounded din sa mga bagay. Siguro one tip for writers rin is don't be afraid to take experiences in. Open doors, keep opening doors, but
Mm-mm.
never forget where you came from and your
Yeah,
first
oo.
door.
As in, magandang insight talaga yan. And never forget where you came from. At be open
Definitely for
to new
yes.
experiences, new culture, new everything.
Mm, if I can touch on rin John, yun na nga siguro yung ibang writers kumbaga religiously reading comic books. Para sa akin naman, lawakan nyo pa.
Mm,
Magbasa kayo ng screenplay, magbasa kayo ng nobela, manood kayo ng movies, manood kayo ng lumang pelikula ni FPJ.
mm-mm.
Ang gaganda ng mga dialogue nila. Kahit na
Yeah, oo.
parang butt of jokes na ginawa sila, hindi. Kasi na-experience namin to. Totoo to. Kasi isa na sa mga plano namin would be, kapag yung finality na, you notice John, kasi yung Runts is in English. Pero we are parang dropping hints, mala Jim Sub style siguro, ng mga Tagalog, ng mga expressions. And then, kapag mag-ano na talaga, parang full circle na talaga, Tagalog version na talaga ng Durants
Ah,
would only give the best representation kung paano talaga namin gustong ipakita yung
mm-mm.
comic book. Kasi process ko, Tagalog muna bago mo Englishin. Kasi ito yung gusto niyang sabihin eh. Sasabihin ko sa'yo, minsan nalulungkot ako na kulang yung English talaga. Pag sinabi niya sa Tagalog to, iba yung
Oo.
bitaw. Pero sige
Mas
lang,
may weight, di ba? Pag Tagalog yung...
iba talaga. Iba.
Pag Tagalog yung dialogue mo, may mas weight eh. For writers that write in both languages, alam nyo yan. As in, hindi
Ang
nyo
daming
mapagkakaila yan. Na pag
tot-
nagsusulat kayo ng
Totoo
Tagalog,
yan.
talagang
Totoo yan.
may something missing pag English mo eh.
At ang ganda pa, ang daming children's books na sila pa yung nagtatranslate both in English and Tagalog.
Ah,
Ang dami yung Tahanan, isa sa mga nabibilihan ko na libro. At Kahel, Kahel. Ang
Kahel Press,
galing.
yes. Oh.
Kahel Press, ang galing kasi natutuwa ako na papakita nila both in English and Tagalog. Alam mo naman, medyo karamihan ng mga bata ngayon ay medyo naging English na.
Oo,
So,
yeah.
yung daughter ko
Unfortunately, yung
naman,
anak ko,
mm,
ganun. Kasi hindi siya marunong mag-Tagalog.
pero
Kasi dito
hindi
lumaki yun, ha?
pero tingin ko naman may ang daming paraan para maano nila
Mm.
embrace nila or language. At syempre, tayong nasa reading comic book book industry, maibabalik natin. So, ano ako diyan, naglo-look forward ako sa iba pang mga re-release na Tagalog.
Natutuwa ako na you mentioned na yung local films natin. Panahon ni FPJ, panahon ni na TV, ng TVJ. Kaya, isipin mo
Eddie
dati yung,
Garcia,
oh, di
Paquito
ba?
Diaz, grabe.
Yung colloquial dialogue nila, yun yung sinasabi nating matalinhaga na ngayon. Pero dati colloquial way of speaking siya eh.
Totoo. Totoo. Totoo.
Ang
Colloquial lang siya.
nangyari is parang sobrang na westernize. Eh. Katulad ngayon, pag nagsasalita ako, ang bilis natin magpalit-palit ng English into Tagalog. Pero
Totoo,
dati
totoo.
talaga pag nagsasalita tayo Tagalog, tapos ang ganda nung ano natin, ang
Hmm.
ganda ng language natin.
Iba talaga. Meron akong sobrang tuwa ko lang para may opportunity ako na magkaroon ng playwright na kaibigan. Yun ang totoong matalinhagang pananagalog. Kaya pag nagbabasa ako minsan ng mga share niyang gawa, doon ko talaga na-appreciate yung mga pinapanood ko. Kasi references eh. Kailangan ko na references halimbawa sa mga pelikula ni FPJ. Yan na nga, nila Eddie Garcia, nila Paquito, parang ganyan. Colloquial pa nga lang yun, kung tutuusin.
Mm-mm.
Pero ngayon, sa level, matalinhaga na. Pero may
Oo.
mas matalinhaga pa.
Oo,
No,
meron pa talaga mas
pag
matalinhag.
na-unlock pa 'yon, ang ganda talaga ng ng
Oo.
Filipino
Isang
language natin.
example niyan is parang meron kaming conversation once, nasa San Pablo kami siguro 2 weeks ago. Tapos parang pinag-uusapan namin yung skit ni Dolphy about yung Banayad whiskey.
Bride whiskey.
Di ba? Yung Banayad, dati, is a common word na ginagamit ng mga Pilipino. Pero ngayon, pag pinapanood nila yung skit na yun, parang tingin nila napakamatalinaga ng Banayad. Sabi ko, dapat balik natin yung yung paggamit nun para bumalik lang sa
Oo,
parlance eh.
para ma-appreciate na hindi pa yan. Hindi pa yan yung
So,
pinakamatalinhaga na
kasi meron pa
meron
tayong mas
tayo.
deeper na mga words for Banayad.
Speaking of San Pablo, share ko na lang din, medyo fortunate enough kami na ma-invite ng LBCon
Mm.
ngayong
Yeah, I saw.
February.
Nandun kayo. Modern, actually, mamaya, tatanong ko
Oh,
kayo mga events
ay,
nyo. So, sige,
sorry.
sabihin na natin. So, nandun kayo sa
Ayun,
LBcon. Kailan ba LBcon? Next week? Next week.
17 pa naman.
Next week.
Next
Next.
month 17 pa.
Uh,
Uh, in time for UP LB Fair yata. Hindi ko
LB
lang sure
Fair.
kung ano yung schedule naman ng fair, pero napaka gandang opportunity na invite nga kami kasi ang daming ang dami namin gusto din i-share sa lalo sa mga estudyante siguro or
Mm-mm.
sa mga bibisita para makapagbigay man lang kami ng konting tidbits ng process namin, ah, basta na makatulong sa paggawa nila ng mga iba pa nilang stories, comics, even film siguro kung
Mm.
meron.
So, meron kayong talk sa LBcon.
Yes, 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 meron.
Yan. Abangan nila yan. Kasi maganda yan. Kasi sobrang magiging treat yan for would-be creators that will be attending LBcon.
Si Raymond yung papain ko.
Hindi ka pupunta.
Ako na lang sa booth. Si Raymond yung
So,
pain. So, siya yung mas matindi, siya yung mas malupit
ah.
eh. So, ako na lang
Pero
doon sa
ano yun, traditionally naman kasi, umaga hanggang afternoon yung LBcon, tapos pag closing nun, yung fair, nandun yung fair. Kasi ongoing na yung fair
Ah,
nun. So may
sobrang
mga chubibo doon. Chubibo, sabihin nyo na
oh, diba?
matalinaga.
Oo.
Ano yun? Di, mga, mga rides. Ayan, mga rides.
Mga rides. Ayaw nila ng perya. Carnival yan.
Perya. May perya
Carnival,
doon. So,
carnival.
masaya yun. Actually, kaya kami pupunta doon. Yung isa kong kasama, kaya siya pupunta. Hindi daw siya magbebenta ng kahit ano. Kakain lang siya ng mais. Kasi meron
Ah,
doon yung,
ah,
doon, yung binanging mais.
mm. Pero nakita ko sa isang post mo na bumisita ka nga ulit, yun na nga, nasabi mo yung story sa may San Pablo naman.
Ah,
Kaya si Raymond, syempre, ano yan anak ng San Pablo. So, yung isa na naman ulit na schedule would be, first ever nga ba? San Pablo Con? Or
no.
pagbabalik?
San
Pamayo
Pablo
naman yata.
Comics Festival used to be the event of Sir Jerry Alangilan.
Ayan.
With his passing, upon his
Hmm.
request, hindi na tinutuloy yung San Pablo Comics Fest. But as a tribute to Sir Jerry,
Yes, yes.
several of his like students na na-mentor niya before has made yung Seven Lakes Comics Festival. So that will be in May. Nandun
Mayo nga.
din
So,
kayo.
yun nga. South
Nandun din
ulit.
ako.
Yun. Baka sa susunod sa San Pablo, inom na tayo.
Pwede uminom doon. May cafe doon. Okay. So, the Runts is how long? Gaano siya kahabang project?
Oh, wow. Good Lord. Beyond 2-3 years, I guess.
2-3 years. Is it
More.
set for ilang issues?
First arc, we are looking at 5 to 6 issues.
Okay. So it's by
And
arcs.
by arc siya. And we've decided siguro per issue maybe around 30-32 pages.
Hmm. Okay.
Mm. Pero na-check din namin, halimbawa talaga pag first issue, iba yung impact. May mga 50, may mga pumapalo ng mga 60. Basta, kumbaga, supersized, quote-unquote.
Mm.
Kung yun yung impact na nakikita namin, we are ready. Actually, yun nga, it was a conscious decision na the first one is the biggest. Kasi yun yung, kumbaga, yun yung first taste eh.
Mm.
Parang sa amin naman, parang go out swinging.
Yeah,
Ibigay sa reader ang deserve ng reader.
shock and awe
Parang
agad para
yun, bam agad. Kaya yun nga, so playing around, anyway, then again, arcs, and then yun na nga, first would be 5 to 6 yung first arc namin.
parang na-mention ni Raymond when I asked him na medyo tapos nyo na yung first arc, tama ba?
Yes. Oo.
Uh,
Yep.
so, what we're expecting is once na-finalize nyo na ba yung publishing deal nyo?
Next month would be the last talks na, and then
Ah,
afterwards we can more or less say na kung
ah.
final na.
So, once that's set, we're expecting 6 issues of the Runts this
Yes.
year.
Yes, I would
And
say
hindi
yes.
siya madedelay kasi tapos nyo na siya.
Kasi yung story. Actually, yung buong story, yung buong start to finish, uh, tapos na siya. It's a
So,
matter
production
of
na lang ng artwork.
production na lang.
Ah.
Yes, sir.
Pero yung first 6 issues is already in the can and ready to
Mhm.
roll out na. So, ayan, as in, marami tayong abangan this year.
And kaya nung Superman nila came again after a year hiatus yata. Not sure about that. Sabi namin, okay, high time na. Let's keep the momentum and really show what we can
Actually,
do naman
it's not a
as a team.
year. The last one was before the
More
pandemic.
than ba? Ayun,
The
beyond
last
pa
one was
pala.
before the pandemic. Sir Jerry was still alive then. Yung last na Superman nila. And of course, he
Mhm.
passed na. So, yeah, oo. As in, magandang abangan yan. Any other projects in the pipeline for you guys aside from the Runts? I know, parang ila-launch pa lang pero baka meron na kayong iba pang projects in the works.
Um, so na-mention natin kanina, it's Pinas setting versus sci-fi.
Okay.
Sci-fi would be next.
Sci-fi. Uh, pa-
Para magkaroon ng magkaroon ng sige na nga. Next naman sci-fi. Okay, let's
uh,
go ahead with that.
okay. Okay. So, ano yan interesting with the sci-fi project that ano siya? Have you started it na or ano pa lang? Nasa brainstorming sessions pa lang kayo?
Actually, Raymond has a few ideas already. I think for this time, visuals would kumbaga take the lead, I would say.
Hmm.
And then
Medyo ano
parang yung
yan, medyo
story would
hindi ko alam
hold up.
kung parang serendipitous lang pero parang with the other guests that I have. So a lot of new creators are planning sci-fi projects
Mm.
which is parang sobrang untapped before kasi most of our comic book or any other media dito is like fantasy or modern.
Mhm.
Yun yung
Mhm.
ginagawa nila.
That's true.
So good to know that there's a lot of creators planning sci-fi stories and I can't wait
Yes.
for yung sa inyo.
Yes.
So saying yung visual yung approach of the sci-fi project. Is that the way you work or talagang um, for the runs it started with you, right? As in
Yes.
writing talaga. As in
Writing talaga.
the germ of the idea comes from yung writing mo.
Yes.
Uh, ano tayo? Punta tayo sa process mo as a creator of how you write.
So the closest I can share right now is definitely kasi yun yung topic natin for Wow, for almost an hour. It doesn't feel like ang tagal ng ano, basta pag masaya talaga yung kwentuhan, wala, kahit madaling araw, walang problema. So going back, yung process for writing, siguro sana maraming writers na makakuha nito. Um, uh, don't always write down your ideas and don't be afraid to share it with the people who you trust with. In my case, syempre yung team sa Modern Magic. Sila actually yung nag-ground sa idea ko eh. Magsisimula siya halimbawa sa iisang scene. Yun na nga, yung napakita na namin na LRT scene. Magbibigay ako ng character, tapos merong mga important na actions na pwedeng mangyari. Sa comics, napapansin naman natin, napaka-limited ng space. Tsaka para siyang real estate. Mas mahal pa siya actually sa mga binibentang lupa. Kasi kung ano yung nasa page, yun lang yung pwede mong galawan. So, para siyang composition kung saan yung mata ng reader makikita yung pinaka-importanting bagay una sa lahat bago niya makita yung ibang mga parts. So, kung meron kang napupusuan na scene halimbawa, ano yung pinaka-importanting dapat mangyari sa scene na yun? Dapat siya yung mag-blossom or mapakita agad or ma-spotlight dun sa particular page. Anything subsequent after that focal point or action would be spread out throughout your page na lang. But the process with the artist and the letterer, yung napili kong eksena or scene sa particular page na yun. Kasi harmonious dapat yung mga panel sa page eh. Hindi yung parang hindi balanse or hindi pantay yung pagbigay ng motion dun sa page na yun. So, halimbawa, meron kang exposition, bakit mo gusto i-expose yung part na yun? Ano yung pinaka dapat makita sa scene na yun? Sa LRT namin, kumbaga expository siya. So, setting yung pinakita. Kaya, ramdam na ramdam, oh wow, LRT to sa Maynila kasi walang ibang ganitong lugar.
Yeah, oo. Magandang
Yun
point
yung isa
yun,
sa mga
sir.
example na
Actually, yung
pwede kong
choosing of visuals and yung narrative mo, yung narration or yung dialogue captions mo.
Yes.
Kasi parang
Mm.
old way of making comics is like what you see, yun din yung naka-describe. Parang it's a waste of space kasi you're already seeing the visual, yung visual, and then
Yes.
parang pinupukpok mo lang ulit na he walks slowly towards, pero kita mo na yun, naglalakad siya dun.
Tas ayun nga sir, parang may redundancy na ron sa parte
May
na yun.
redundancy na. So pero
Oo.
yung sinabi ni sir that you could use like a setting and then like show yung either yung thought process ng character or a narration on the intro to the world. Ayan, kasi you could use that.
Yes.
Magandang pointer yung sinabi ni sir.
And then another thing that I really want to share, maraming writers ang nag-iisip na nagsulat na ako ng isang beses, maganda na yung sinulat ko. Ang totoo niyan, ang writing or ang totoong writing is rewriting. Ilang beses mo kailangan pinuhin yung ginagawa mo. At huwag kang magsasawa sa pagpapaganda ng nagawa mo. Kumbaga, huwag kang makontento na yun na yung maibibigay mo kasi may mas gaganda pa dyan. Walang ibang nagturo niyan, kung hindi, syempre, si Raymond lang din kasi hindi siya satisfied sa gawa niya.
It's
So,
the same
pinapaganda
kasi
niya ng pinapaganda.
it's the same with artists and writers, di ba? Artist starts with a
Yes.
sketch. Pero you wouldn't show anyone yung sketch mo as yung final artwork mo. You're gonna work on that sketch until it becomes the final artwork. Same with writers. You have a dream of an
Yes.
idea, you put it on paper. That's not the final output.
That's not the final output yet.
Uh-uh.
There's so much more. Kasi
You're gonna
I
work
can
on
only
it pa.
visualize, yes, I can only visualize artists, parang writing, no, drawing yung mga shapes pa lang where they start. And then maybe even drawing the perspective of a particular artwork, for example. Wala pang details yun. And then after the details would come yung color pa. And
Yeah.
then the final question would be, are you satisfied? Then why can't writers adapt that particular way of working na nakasulat ka ng isang bagay, akala mo nanalo ka na. Hindi pa.
Diba?
I-challenge mo yung sarili mo kung bakit yun yung sinasabi ng character mo. I-challenge mo yung sarili mo kung yun ba talaga yung boses ng character mo. Baka pag nabasa mo yung dialogue ng character mo, kahit sino pala na characters dun sa story mo, kaya din basahin yun. So, boses ba talaga ng character mo yun o hindi? Ibig sabihin, there's more room for improvement at kaya mo pang pinuhin yung dialogue na yan. Kasi para sa akin, pag nakita ko na, teka, parang hindi papasa sa kanila to ah. Bakit? Parang kulang pa sa meat, parang kulang pa sa character, parang kulang pa sa personality. Giving respect to the people I work with. Kailangan, halimbawa, kailangan si Zero lang yung makapagsalita niyan. Kailangan si MJ lang yung kaya magsalita niyan. Kailangan yung mga bata lang yung pwede magsalita niyan. Bakit? Ganyan ba magsulat? Ganyan ba magsalita yung mga bata? Hindi. Kaya due diligence for writers to research and to really push hard
Mm.
sa to bring out yung character nila. Kasi uh, yung dialogue kasama yan sa panel eh.
Mm.
Ibig sabihin, kasama siya sa artwork.
Mm.
So, ah pwede kong sabihin ngayon na kung tutuusin, makikita mo mas madali magsulat eh. Mas matindi yung mga ginagawa ng mga artist eh. Pero baliktarin natin, hindi. Ah mag-research maigi, bigyan talaga ng buhay yung character kung paano sila magsalita.
Mm.
If you have to quote unquote put the hat of a method actor just to
Yeah.
embody yung character, by all means go do it.
Mm.
Kasi yung story yung magiging richer sa ganung
Yeah, oo.
proseso. And
Kasi
it so
magandang
happen
point
nga
talaga
actually,
yan, sir. Ah, Another parallel para lang sa mga nakikinig nating ah, artist naman. Yung sinasabi ni Sir is once you write a dialogue for a character, it's similar to a character design, di ba? Parang yung character design mo for
yes,
a specific character, silhouette pa lang alam mo na yun yung character na yun. Yun yung magagandang character design, di ba? Same with your writing. When you read a line, kahit hindi mo pa nakikita kung sino yung nagsabi, alam mo na kaagad na yung character na yun yung nagsalita.
yes. Mm.
As in, yun yung
Binabasa ko
bigay
yung
ng richness nung pagsusulat mo, di ba?
yes, yes, yes. Isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit gusto ko rin i-encourage yung mga aspiring writers na magbasa ng screenplay. At buti na lang may mga publishers ng mga screenplay, halimbawa ni Sir Ricky Lee nga, halimbawa yung
Mm.
Himala.
National artist, Ricky.
Maganda, national artist, maganda siyang basahin kasi wala kang nakikita kung hindi yung dialogue lang at yung description ng eksena. Wala munang guhit, wala munang panel, wala munang boses, wala munang kwento. Mag-immerse ka lang dun sa dialogue sa screenplay na binabasa mo. Pero bakit ka nagkakaroon ng visualization? Bakit ka nagiging enticed pa basahin yung screenplay? Kasi yung mga karakter, boses nila talaga yung pinapakita ng writer.
Mm.
Si Elsa, siya talaga yun. Bakit siya ganyan magsalita? Kasi yung Birhen Maria nagpapakita sa kanya. So iba na yung pananalita niya. Iba na yung appreciation niya dun sa religion kung saan nagpapagaling na siya ng may sakit. So dun pa lang, alam mo iba na siya magsalita na para na siyang nabiyayaan ng Panginoon na para siyang anghel dapat. Tapos yung mga nagkukuro-kuro, sila na lang yung mga may dialogue na kesyo ganito, kesyo ganyan, kasi medyo time timepiece nga itong
Ah,
pelikula, dun mo na ma-appreciate, oo nga, yung mga iba-ibang tao, iba talaga siya magsalita. Kaya makinig, mag-appreciate ng lahat ng bagay kung nasa kung nasa kung nasa MRT ka, kung nasa restaurant ka, walang kaso, pakinggan ang papaano magsalita yung mga tao.
mm,
Kung nasa eskwelahan ka, pakinggan mo kung paano magsalita yung teacher mo. Yung teacher na bata, paano siya magsalita. Yung teacher na matanda, anong difference nila ng dalawa. Yung naglilinis, paano siya magsalita. Yung sorbetero, anong sinasabi niya sa'yo, paano siya magsalita. Yung classmate mo na galing Maynila, paano siya magsalita. Ay, yung galing Cebu, na gusto mag-UPLB, paano siya magsalita. Lahat sila, lahat sila, pag pinakinggan mo maigi, iba-iba pala talaga silang mga tao. Doon
mm,
magkakaroon ng buhay yung mga character at kahit papaano, matutuwa ka dahil yung story mo, nagkakaroon pa ng richness at differences.
mm,
So, kumbaga, isang parte pa lang yun ng magandang storya sa pananaw ko.
mm. Ganda sir, ang ganda. As in, maraming magandang ano yan, magandang ah, prompt kumbaga sa mga ating mga creators ngayon na reread nyo ngayon yung sinulat na natin. Tapos, yun nga, meron bang indelible uniqueness yung characters mo? Pag binasa mo ba, kilala mo yung character, makikilala mo kaagad yung character mo? Or para bang lahat sila is monotonous na same lang yung depth nung pananalita nila. So parang pare-pareho lang silang tao. Maraming
Sa,
pointers
ting-
na...
sa,
Sige, sir.
sa tingin ko, Sir John, isa sa mga easy example at popular example, Avengers. Kaya ang ganda ng character ni Iron Man, napakayaman, mayabang. Captain America, napaka-patriotic. At
Mm.
Thor, na hindi tao. Pag samasamahin sila sa isang kwarto, iba-iba agad
Mm.
yung tono nila.
Iba-iba
Bakit
yung
siya
ano nila.
effective? Di ba? Yung delivery nila, yung character nila, bakit sila effective? Kasi iba-iba nga talaga yung boses
Oo.
nila. Kung kailangan maghanap, ng kakaiba sa mga tao, huwag matakot. Kasi kunyari, meron kang kwento pero magkaklase sila. Bigyan ng dahilan kung bakit sila magkakaiba, pero bigyan ng dahilan kung bakit sila rin nagsasama-sama.
Mm-mm.
Kasi nung college, syempre, may galing sa ibang high school, may galing Pampanga, may galing San Pablo, may galing ah, may galing Saudi Arabia. Pero nagsama-sama tayo sa UST at magkakaibigan tayo. Bakit tayo unique? Anong dala mo? Anong anong character mo yung dinala mo sa lamesa, na sa eskwela, sa classroom,
Mm-mm.
na si Nathan to, or si Raymond to, or si ano to, si Mark to, parang ganun.
Mm-mm.
Or si John to. Kasi siya lang 'yan. Sana magkaroon ng saya yung mga writer sa paghahanap ng
Oo.
mga uniqueness ng characters nila. Maging masaya yung proseso. Huwag matakot na nakakaano naman, nakakapagod yung ganito. Wag matakot. I-enjoy kasi
Mm.
meron tayong gustong i-communicate eh. Meron tayong gustong iparating na kwento at yun ang magugustuhan ng mga readers talaga.
Oo. Mm-mm. Tama. Tama si sir. Kasi ano yan, sabi nga dun sa Reacher, parang yung details are very important. Diba? Sa investigation, details are very important. Pero sa pagsusulat, sa paggawa ng anything creative, kung gusto mo ng mas gumanda pa yung gawa nyo, go the extra mile, 'di ba? Pinuhin niyo yung mga detalye. Hindi lang sa pagdo-drawing, pati sa pagsusulat ninyo. As in, yung mga maliliit na bagay na pinag-isipan yung ganyan, sa tingin, yung iniisip nyo na parang walang makakapansin. Pero yun yung magbibigay nga ng paulit-ulit richness to your work na wala dun sa iba.
Sa
So yun,
tingin
sir.
ko ano dahil ano rin ah, dala na rin ng siguro medyo popularity ng ibang mga topics. Nakakalungkot na sa popular media, lagi na lang kesyo may mga kalaguyo o yung mga January, December relationship yung nagugustuhan. Gusto kong iparating na we are better than those stories. We
Mm.
can produce more. Actually, Sir Jan, na ano nga ako na medyo na ano ako, napanghinayangan ako, pero na ano rin ako, na inspire. Kasi nga nung Super Manila, yung mga ano natin, bisita sa Indonesia, makikita natin, napondohan talaga sila at nasuportahan talaga sila.
Ang ganda
At
nga, di ba?
natuwa ako.
Mas maganda pa yung booth nila kaysa sa atin.
Grabe ang tataas ng sa mga nakapunta sa Super Manila, describe namin ni Sir Jan, may mga magaganda silang pwesto, tsaka well printed by 10 feet yung mga gawa nila. Well, deserve naman nila, to be honest. Kasi lahat naman tayo sa creative industry, pinaghihirapan natin lahat ng ginagawa natin eh. At na-inspire ako kasi suportado nga sila ng government nila. And pumunta pa yung Indonesian ambassador to the Philippines during the event. I think it was a Saturday. Kaya ako naman medyo nasa optimistic side ako na soon na tayo lahat ng mga creator magkakaroon din ng ganung treatment kasi uh, we all deserve. We all deserve kasi we're putting
Ano
in
naman yan, sir?
the work and the effort.
The ball started to roll na with the Creative Industries Bill. Meron na tayong mga 5 years ago, wala tayong mga grants. Pero ngayon, may mga grants na for
Yes.
producing and printing books and holding events for comics. So I'm sure the ball has already started rolling with that. Hopefully, mas gumanda pa lalo yung suporta sa ating mga
And
creators.
Sir John, we thank you rin kasi you have been here for the longest time with your podcast and many more to come. Na-open ulit yung kumbaga interest pati yung audience na it's been here at parang it's never been gone but it's getting better and better. Yun na nga. With every month with the effort that we put in. Kaya thank you very much din Sir John for
Hopefully
sticking
nga, ano eh,
with the
what
industry.
what I'm looking for is someone outside our industry do it for us, or ayun nga, kaya ko lang naman to ginagawa kasi wala namang gagawang iba nito kundi tayo-tayo lang din. So I hope ayun
Mm,
nga, someone with more engagement, like take an interest in us, kasi as in ang dami nating
that's true.
pwedeng gawin eh. On yung sinabi ni sir about mga kabit and mga ano na just meron kasing nangyari niyan siguro mga several decades ago. Tabu yung topics na yan.
Mhm.
Yung kabit
Yes,
at
yes, yes.
yung
True.
mga mga kerida, yung mga yan. And somebody made
Mm.
a story about it kasi siya pa, naisip niya na it's a different point of perspective. Ginawa niya and bumenta. Nakita nung nakita nung network, nakita nung kumpanya, "Uy, bumibenta to, ganito yung kwentong gawin nyo." So parang naging ganun. So
Mm.
ngayon, as creators, hanap tayo ngayon ng point of perspective na hindi pa nagagawa. Kasi
Yes.
hindi naman natin kailangan ulit-ulitin yung something that was successful decades ago. Yun yung nakakita ko
Yes.
lang na nangyari sa atin sa mainstream media natin na we're stuck in a rut na kung ano yung bumenta before, yun na lang yung ginagawa natin. Pero sobrang creative ng mga Filipino. Alam ko mo, kasi kahit sino kausapin mo, alam naman nila kung ano yung interesting at hindi.
That's true. Mm.
So, parang break the mold, magkwento tayo ng kwento na gusto nating ikwento. Uh, and I'm sure, sana hindi mangyari ulit na pag bumenta yung kwento na naisip natin, ulit-ulitin ng ulitin ulit ng dekada. As
Tapos
creators,
maging
magkaroon
formulaic.
tayo dapat ng pride na dapat yung kwento na kinukwento ko is unique to myself at hindi pa nagagawa ng iba.
And that's why, Sir John, looking forward talaga ako for next month. LB is the place to be.
Oo. Kita-kita tayo sa LBCon. So, ayun nga. Hindi ko
Yes, sir.
natatanong si Sir, next event na makikita natin ang
Modern Magic
Modern
Stories.
Magic Stories would be at LBCon. They'll have stage time, so we'll have a peek do sa kanilang process and what they do for their work. Magkakaroon din ng preview ng the Runts doon, I'm sure, kasi nandun sila.
Yes,
uh,
sir.
where can they follow you? Modern Magic.
Instagram, Facebook, Modern Magic Stories.
We'll put
Instagram
the
naman,
links down
Modern
below
Magic Crew.
sa
Thank you very
ating
much.
description box. Thank you, Sir Don, for your time. Ang daming insights. So for writers and creators in general for comics or other media na nakikinig, kung merong nakikinig, uh, take notes kasi maganda yung sinabi lahat ni Sir. Ulitin ko ulit kasi favorite ko sabihin about writing dito yun the shortest pencil is still better than uh, short the longest memory. Shortest pencil is always better than the longest memory. If you have an idea, write it down.
Yes.
Kasi kahit gaano kaganda yung idea mo, parang may naisip ka, oy, ganda, ito yung magiging next great Filipino novel. Tapos di mo sinulat. Pag isusulat mo na siya,
Wala rin siya.
wala na siya. So, every time that you
Wala na
get
siya.
an idea, sulat nyo sa phone nyo,
Yes.
padala nyo message. Tama si Sir. Lagi
Maraming paraan, guys. Maraming paraan, guys.
Natuwa ako nung sinabi mo yun kanina, no? Sulat yung idea. Kasi ang daming beses na nangyari sa akin yun. Parang maisip ako magandang idea, hindi ko sinulat. Tapos, wala na.
Naku, sayang. Mawawala talaga siya. Mawawala talaga siya. Meron tayo notes sa cellphone.
Oo. So, yun. Salamat kay Sir Don. Supportahan natin yung The Runts when it comes out. This year, hopefully. And LBCon next month na.
Yes.
Please share the video. Like nyo na rin. Support natin lahat ng local creators, lahat ng local titles. Maraming pang kwentuhan coming soon. Bye, guys.
Sobrang sarap ng kwentuhan. Sobrang saya.
Ulitin natin to, Sir.